So depending on who you ask, we just witnessed the Super Bowl that was either an abomination or boring or snooze fest or great. Depends on who you ask. But at the end of the day, we just finished watching the Super Bowl, and guess what? It is exactly 9:37 p.m. after the Seahawks just won the Super Bowl, and we're going to talk about that in a 3, a 2, a 1.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Round Bite Show, where we bring you slightly depressed co-host and football all the time. Soss, what the hell is going on?
Oh man. So first off, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching this currently, and I wanted to also address and show some appreciation because especially on the TikTok and the Instagram pages for us, we have gotten so much more traction and so much more interaction. Granted, some of it is a little bit on the negative side, but like we always say, we'll take the positive with the negative. So thank you guys so much for interacting. Please make sure that you interact with this video. This video is actually going to possibly be the very last one that we use with this particular setup. And you will see what I mean if you watch the next few episodes. But holy cow, that was an interesting Super Bowl. Man, oh man, I feel bad for my co-host over here who actually, I will say this: you have the exact same mentality that I do. I wouldn't have changed if I was wearing a Titans jersey while the Titans got dog walked in the Super Bowl. I'd probably I would take that too, just because at the end of the day we got to rep our teams. For better or for worse. Man, that was a tough watch. I know we were texting throughout the game and everything, and just kind of going back and forth with some of our thoughts. So it only makes sense to hop on here real quick and talk about it. But man, that was. If you are, this is just a real quick thought too. If you are I wouldn't even necessarily say like a Drake May truther or anything, but man, that might have been one of the worst offensive performances that I've seen from a quarterback who was a finalist for MVP. Like that, I don't know what happened. I don't know if maybe the bright lights got to him too much or something, or if I don't know, maybe the defense of the Seahawks was just too much. But man, he was looking rough, and I'm actually a pretty big Drake May fan. I like Drake May. Drake May. Like I think he's awesome. I talked about before that he has a beautiful deep ball, and none of those were connecting. He had a couple. I'm sure you probably saw it too, Jose. There was a pass where Drake May was under duress, and I can't remember. It might have been Hunter Henry that found a soft spot in the zone, and it's a pass that 9 times out of 10 Drake May is going to easily make, and he just overthrew him. And
It's funny you say Drake May was under duress on this play. He was under duress the whole damn game.
Literally.
I think he was sacked over 5 times in the game. It was just a terrible performance by the offense as a whole. But go ahead and finish up your
thoughts on
segment.
that. Yeah,
you're rolling.
And if you guys go back and look at the X Factor video and the predictions video, Jose, what do I always say? Starts and ends with the quarterback. That is correct. And that couldn't be any more prevalent in this time because, in all honesty, I think that the game is a lot closer if Drake May plays the MVP potential way that he played throughout the season. But everybody knew that was going to be a tall task because of the Seahawks defense anyway. But, man, shout out to that defense. That defense flying all over the place, putting pressure on them. They had pressure coming from all angles. And I'll tell you what, there's not a person that probably feels worse on the football field right now than good old Will Campbell. Because that dude was doing nothing more than what a traffic cone would do. My gosh.
Rip-a-rooskies on that.
Rip-a-rooskies, dude.
Yeah, dude, that game was as a Pats fan, man, that game was atrocious to watch. It was gut wrenching. The first quarter wasn't terrible. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I was still kind of like, oh man, like I still had hope, first quarter. But as the game progressed, I'm like, dude, like this isn't going anywhere, man. Drake May has not he has not been getting any time to throw the freaking ball.
correct.
One of the things that I mentioned in one of the videos that we recorded last was two things for the Patriots to win this game. One of them happened, the other one did not. And unfortunately, it was my first one that I said had to happen, which was protect Drake May. If you give May enough time to throw that
Mm-hmm.
football, he was going to make things happen, which they did not do. The second thing I said is Gonzo had to step up big in this game, which he did.
Dude.
He had, I think it was like three huge breakups in the game, and I think JSN, like I said, he had to do was being held to under 50 yards receiving, which I know he was injured for a little bit of the
Mm-hmm.
game. I think he went into like the medical tent, then he went to the locker room for a little bit. But I said Gonzo had to step up big and hold JSN to under 50 yards, which I believe he did do.
Oh, he
But
just went in
overall,
there to say hi to Jackson Dart and Camp Scat.
Ripperooskies. But overall, the offensive line for the Pats played terribly. They had two rookies on the left side with freaking Will Campbell and what's his name, Wilson, right
Mm-hmm.
next to him. So I know it's kind of off topic in a way, but the Patriots have to go deep and have to go find some offensive line help in the offseason. On the bright side, like I said, kind of off topic, but not really, the Patriots weren't even supposed to be here to begin with. Going
Mm-hmm.
into this year, I mean, we had two back-to-back years at 4-13, so for them to even make the playoffs and get to the Super Bowl was far beyond expectations. So, I keep telling myself, we weren't even supposed to be here, right?
Yeah.
But I do believe, maybe not next year, but at least within the next 5 years, I do believe the Patriots will be back and they will be ready with offensive line help and as well as with a true wide receiver one.
Excellent. No, I agree. When we were talking about the offensive line woes, there was a point where I was texting Jose and I was telling him it reminded me the game and the game flow reminded me of the Bucks, the Tom Brady led Buccaneers versus the Patrick Mahomes led Chiefs in the Super Bowl, where Mahomes was getting pressured literally every single play. And that just kind of goes to show that obviously it starts ends with the quarterback. But if you can't protect your quarterback and let him just like, dice up that defense, you're not going to go anywhere. And I think that what pick was Will Campbell? Do you remember?
I think he was like it was pretty high up there. I can't remember off the top of my
Was it
head, but
top five, top 10?
it was top 10 for sure.
Jeez.
I
Yeah,
want to
that
say it might have been like fourth.
yeah, no, that shit was rough. It was rough. And at the end of the day, even though they're not sexy picks to take, you got to build the trenches because that is what in essence won the Super Bowl for the Seahawks, because they were also running the ball with Kenneth Walker, which shout out to my boy K9. Like I absolutely love that dude. Wish that he would have turned it up in the regular season, but in the regular season he was also sharing carries with Zach Charbonnet. And I don't know if you saw this, Jose, but I saw a bunch of people kind of dogging on Kenneth Walker because they didn't think that he would be able to carry the offense like he could have with well, so basically they thought that because Zach Charbonnet was out and everything, that Kenneth Walker wasn't going to be able to take hold of that. And I didn't actually stay to watch. Like I stopped watching so I could get set up for the show real quick. Do you know who ended up winning MVP?
Honestly, I don't know. I turned the TV off with 3 minutes left in the game. I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't think this is worth watching anymore. I mean, I don't want to continue to watch the Pats get their ass beat, so I just turned the TV off. But I mean, it had to have been Kenneth Walker that
It
won the
had to have been.
MVP. It had to have been nobody else, maybe besides the kicker. But Kenneth Walker, in my opinion, had to have won that MVP award. Which I'm trying to look on my phone right now, but I still haven't seen anything just yet.
Super Bowl MVP. No, I don't think that they've. I don't think that they've announced it yet.
Mm.
Yeah, because we are literally recording this right after the game, so they've got to go through all the other bullshit before they get to the MVP. But in my opinion, there's no question. In my opinion, you'd either have to pick the entire Seattle Seahawks defense, or you'd have to pick K9. But
That's got to be K9. Fucking, I think he had 135 yards rushing.
dude,
But I mean, he was just deadly, man. Just a great runner. I think going into next year, I think they gotta definitely give K9 a lot more touches. I think it's got to be at least a 70-30 split between him and Charbonnet, or either get rid of Charbonnet and get a nice draft pick back.
yeah,
Or a lot of people could argue keep Charbonnet and kind of keep K9 a little bit healthier so he's ready to go throughout the playoffs. But he's such
yeah,
an incredible running back
he
that I
really
think
is.
you just gotta keep feeding him. But yeah, and hats off to Sam Darnold too, man.
Yeah,
He didn't play great, but he played good enough to obviously lead him to the Super Bowl win. But ultimately, I think it was a defense that kept him alive and won him the game ultimately. But yeah, Sam Darnold, congratulations to him and winning a Super Bowl and going from
before Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson and everybody else.
exactly and going from 4 or 5 other teams to finally winning a Super Bowl,
Oh yeah,
overcame a bunch of adversity. But that's super awesome, man. The story is great, but obviously I'm not happy, but I'm happy for the Seahawks in general, man. What a game for sure.
absolutely. Yeah, and in all honesty, I think one of the things that was really kind of frustrating me throughout the game was just that like it wasn't looking like the Pats Texans game, but there just wasn't a whole lot. It was a very big defensive battle, and um, and then it started getting crazy whenever the Seahawks finally scored a touchdown. It's crazy too because it took all the way up until the fourth quarter for anybody to score a touchdown.
Yeah,
That's how solid these defenses were playing, and it also kind of goes to show because in the game, like you were alluding to, Sam Darnold, he played well enough to win. He wasn't lighting up the scoreboard, in my opinion, very much. He had some very questionable throws because, I mean, as much as we talk about how the Seahawks got to Drake May, they were all the Patriots were getting to Sam Darnold, and we saw flashes of the former Sam Darnold, the bad Sam Darnold. But at the end of the day, you could definitely tell that there is a huge like talent discrepancy between the Seahawks and the Patriots. But hats off to the Patriots for making it. Kind of like what we talked about before. They 100% deserve to be there, regardless of what anybody else on the internet has told you. They definitely deserve to be there because they played their asses off and got to that point. Just couldn't really seal the deal. So at the end of the day, they're going to be contenders next year. We hope. We think. The What's crazy about the NFL is that it's a year to year thing, and one of the biggest things that kind of speaks on that is they had a graphic right before the game started, or in the middle of the game, or whatever. I can't remember when it was, but just talking about how good of a job the Patriots front office and the head coach and like Mike Vrabel and everybody like turning around that organization from being bottom dweller for a little while to being, in the Super Bowl. So the future's bright, but also, I mean, every team has the opportunity to grow and get better and make moves to try to get to the big dance. And one thing that I, as a Titans fan, really like about the fact that the Patriots made it is because we have a similar formula going on. We just hired who I think is going to be a solid head coach. We have a solid young quarterback in Cam Ward and everything, and so in all honesty, the Patriots have given life to the other bottom dwelling teams that if they get a good system in place, get good talent, perform well, and everything, then hell, they could make the Super Bowl.
yep, for sure. But nah, I'm excited for next season. I know we have a long off season ahead of us. I think it's like what 7 or so months of
Mm,
no games. But kind of off topic. But I know we're in the off season, and it's gonna be like, well, what's first round buy gonna put out if you're a subscriber? Typically, there's always some pretty juicy news in the offseason. There's always trade talk, new head coaches, people getting injured, et cetera, et cetera. So there's always news to be covering. The NFL draft is obviously coming up as well. So stick around. We're gonna have a lot of content coming up. So just because the football season is over doesn't mean that we're gonna stop recording. There's still gonna be a lot to record, fortunately. But back on topic. So I'm excited for the Pats next year. I do believe that they're going to be a better team that they were this year. The only thing that is unfortunate for them is all you easy schedule dwellers. They're going to definitely have a harder schedule next year. I already saw their schedule, and they have some pretty good teams on there back to back to back. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next year. I'm not saying I expect the Pats to be back next year, but I do expect them to be a better team than what they were this year, especially with Drake May going into year 3. And obviously, I think we're gonna do a good job filling in those holes that we lacked, especially in the Super Bowl on that O line. Of course, you guys saw, and I'm hoping that we can bring in a true wide receiver one. But yeah, I'm excited for this offseason.
Definitely. No, and kind of like what you said. In all honesty, yeah, even though this season of football is ending, we are not going anywhere whenever it comes to content there. I've even got some ideas I haven't gotten to run by Jose yet because we've been so busy with not only work but also covering like Super Bowl and, trying to defend ourselves against you guys destroying us in the comments. But it's also fun. Keep it up, guys. Like I said, we've been texting back and forth, and this is exactly the kind of engagement that we like to see. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we're just two average Joes or average Jose, and yeah. So at the end of the day, it's just a fun thing to do. But yeah, no, we've got some cool things on the way. Be on the lookout. I know that we got some card openings and stuff coming up, and then. In all honesty, like, because the Super Bowl happened so late in the year now, I say so late in the year, it used to happen in January, now it's in February. We literally are right around the corner from free agency. And then we've got, of course, the combine, the draft, and all this other stuff. So there's going to be plenty of football to be had, to be talked about, and there's always going to be some sort of news. So we'll always be talking about that. But we do have some exciting news. I'm sure if you guys have seen on the YouTube channel and everything, we have pretty much completely rebranded. So it's honestly, it's really cool. It's a lot of fun. We got in case you didn't notice, we got a new logo, got a new layout and everything. And in case you guys also didn't know, we no longer refer to ourselves as a podcast. This is now the First Round by, what is it, Jose?
First Round by show. Where we bring you off football win
all the time.
There we go.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think about our new logo. Let us know what you guys think about the new layout and everything. By the time we have another new episode, we will have a new layout for these Discord shows. But we are actually planning on doing some more in-person stuff. So at some point, you guys are going to be seeing Jose and I on this lovely couch. So I'm excited. Yeah, the future's looking bright, so you won't want to miss out on that. Make sure you drop a like, comment down below, subscribe, hit that bell for post notifications. I butchered that so bad. Post notifications. So anytime we post a video. Thank you guys so much for watching and everything. We should actually have some new merch coming out soon too. I just gotta quit being lazy.
Brewskis.
Brewskis indeed. Jose, before we shut this off and bid farewell to another fun NFL year, culminating with the Super Bowl and everything, do you have anything else for our lovely, wonderful viewers?
Yes, I do actually. Do you guys remember that feeling? It was like the last day of school, like school's over, you're saying bye to your friends, and if you're as old or young as I was, people used to sign your shirts with Sharpies. That's just how today's episode feels, man. It was a wild season. Granted, we didn't record a whole lot of football episodes during the season, but we did some here and there. But thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. We've been having this show since 2021. So thank you guys for watching, man. I'm excited for this new year that's coming up. Soss and I were going to try to do our best to bring you more football content throughout the season this upcoming year. We're not going anywhere. We got more episodes coming. I think I have 2 card opening videos coming up within this next week, and if you're interested in that, and then we're gonna be having free agency talk, trade talk, all that good stuff coming up. So, stick around, hit that subscribe button, keep in touch. Don't go too ruthless in the comment section about my pets. They weren't even supposed to be in there to begin with. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. And on that note, if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. But also, do us a favor. We have multiple different types of videos out there in the ether. Let us know. Comment on a couple videos. Let us know what your favorite types of videos are for it. That way we kind of have a better idea as to what you guys are wanting to see and everything. And of course, kind of like Mark did the other day, please make sure that you drop your Discord down below if you want to talk some football. We always will enjoy bringing on guests. So with all that being said, like I said, please make sure to drop a like, comment down below, get this popping on the algorithm and everything. And with all that being said, we'll see you next season.
Peace.